Hi everyone, welcome to Nareen's Life with MS. This is Nareen and it's time for Soulful Saturday. I know it's a little late in terms of for a Soulful Saturday episode. That's because it is almost noon on Sunday. But last night I did end up having a couple of drinks, and then I felt like it wasn't going to be a great time to record something at that point in time. So let's get started with something to discuss. And the one thing I do want to discuss is, of course, adding new series to to my you know to this channel. I know I have referenced this before. I have definitely talked about it multiple times, and the reason I do want to bring it up is because while there are certain things that are pretty good ideas that I've gotten from the help of AI. I definitely do feel that there might be a little tinkering going on. One thing that will happen is there will be new episodes with new series, but then at the end of the day, the series might evolve over time, and that also happened with all of the with a lot of the series that were happening within this channel anyway, without the use of AI, right? We had Funny Fridays that turned into Friday Findings. We definitely had My Favorite Things Tuesday, which turned into Treatment Tuesdays. So, just like that, I'm pretty sure that whatever I start off with in this round, with this new one, there is definitely going to be a little bit of evolution that is going to go through some of the new series. Another thing that I am targeting to do is considering that we are going to be hitting the 150th video on Wednesday. I do want to share something that is a little bit special, maybe start a new series on Wednesday as well. Even though I think going forward, one thing that is going to happen is, if there are things that are happening, if there are times where, I am not able to um, get ideas like over here. If I can't get any ideas, one thing that I'm going to do is pretty much ensure that I make a video for another series, so that we still have the continuation. You're still going to get a video every single day. It's just going to be fitting into a different playlist or a different series entirely. And I hope that does make this channel a little more exciting. It does make the channel have slightly newer, slightly more dynamic content, so that it doesn't seem like the same things are happening almost on a weekly basis. But I do know that there are certain things that I do enjoy doing, certain things that will constantly have new things, such as Friday Findings, for instance. So, as a result, I think Friday Findings, at least for now, is going to remain Friday Findings. But there will definitely be days, there will definitely be weeks where there is little to no news happening, or little to no things that are happening. And as a result, that might be a day where I can pretty much introduce a new series for Friday as well. So, what do you think about all of that? I mean, I know that, the new year happened a little while back. It has been a little over 20 days that, um, actually, I think it's 24, but it has been a little over 20 days that, we celebrated the new year. And definitely in this year, I do want to make it one where we have a lot more dynamic content. We do have an evolution of this channel, so that the content that is shared with you, or the content that I am creating, actually makes me feel pretty happy about what this channel is aiming to do, which is to connect to people who have autoimmune conditions, connect to people who have MS, so that they can share their stories, they can raise awareness for some of the issues that they have. Because as we know, MS is of course a unique disease for each and every person that has it, and as a result, no two people, even if they are, let's say, twins for instance, who have MS, might suffer from the same symptoms, or the same the same severity of symptoms as a result. So that is why I am trying to make this as I'm trying to make this channel as dynamic as possible, trying to make sure that we do have enough, we ask enough questions, we talk about enough things, that there is going to be something for everyone in it. And of course, while I do talk about reaching out to patients, there is a whole other group of individuals that also need to be addressed, right? We've got friends or acquaintances of people who are patients. We definitely also we also need to talk about the caretakers that are going to be there, that are there to take care of patients. There are, of course, everyone working in the healthcare field, um, be it someone who is in the pharmacy, to someone who is maybe in the hospital, maybe someone who is even in uh, you know an assisted living facility. Just because with a lot of the patients, depending on the age and stage when they get diagnosed, or even what they experience over the course of their lifetime, they might actually end up over there. So there is definitely a lot of things that I haven't yet covered, but of course it is definitely going to have you know my little bit of personality added to it, so that you'll get everything more from my lens. But of course, if the opportunity does arise that I do get to interview people, that I do get to interact with people who want to actually share the stage with me, I will be very, very open to that idea as well. So there are lots of changes happening. I think today is a great day, and considering that I woke up maybe, I want to say, an hour back, which is 11 a.m. um, I actually, and this is just a sidebar, when I say that I am using the weekend just to catch up on my sleep, I really mean it. I mean, I am sleeping 10 to 11 hours a day. And then the rest of the time, I am trying to see how I can best utilize it, so that I can get a little more rest in, just to prepare for the week ahead. So, but going back to our normal conversation, our regular conversation, yes, there is going to be a lot of evolving content, there is going to be a lot of dynamic content, and I do hope that you do find this interesting. I hope that you do find it um, you know eye opening in one way or another. And definitely, if you do find that there is a certain video, if there is a certain message that strikes a chord and that someone else needs to hear it, do feel free to share. Do feel free to share that video, do feel free to share that information, or share the content, so that this other person can actually get something out of it. And of course, that other person, that new person, can definitely join into the conversation. So, with that said, this is, of course, Soulful Saturdays. I know it is a Sunday right now, but there will definitely be a Super Sunday episode coming out this evening. And with that said, I know I cannot wish anyone, I can wish only a very few people a good night. But I do want to say thank you so much for listening in. Do share your comments, do share your thoughts, do share your feedback, do share your insights, do share your experiences so that we can get the conversation started. And with that said, thank you so much for listening in. And yeah, goodbye.